Hi and welcome to this episode. My name is Abel Gray Kantoma from GREYTEST Design Comfort. Today I'm going to be showing you how to come about your excavation and also how to take off for your block work, okay, at the superstructure. So let's jump right into it. As you can see, this is the template by the right hand corner of my screen. All I need to do now is to click on excavation. Once I click on excavation, I can click on this point. Now a menu is actually going to pop up for me like this, where I will specify the width of that foundation, and then that's the width of my excavation, and then the depth of that excavation. You can see it's in meters. This is also in meters as well. So I will type 1.5 for example if the depth of that foundation is 1.5 depth. Okay, so I will click on OK. Although as you can see from here now, this is actually a raft foundation, okay, so it's not the regular hard foundation. So all I need to do now is to click on my point. Now the moment I click on my point, you can see the width of this is actually 690. So all I need to do is to trace it around the part where I'm going to be having this foundation, this excavation. So I will double click if I want to stop here, so you can see what we have. So I can simply do for this as well. I will come back for this. Let me take it this way. As you can see, this is basically a very simple way of taking off. So you can just double click here to stop. As for this, where we have a double wall, because this is an expansion joint, okay, it's actually an expansion joint. So here we have a double wall. All we need to do is to use, if you can look at this at the bottom here, you know, the essence of your trench is for you to have an allowance of depending on the size of the block. As you can see on this building is 230 size of block we are using. So at the top here is 230, bottom is 230, this is 230, 230, so 230 in 4 places, plus the expansion joint. The width of expansion joint is usually 20 mm. So if you sum everything all together, that should give you around 940 mm if I'm not mistaken. So if that is correct, all I need to do is this particular one, I will have to take it off. let me stop here. So this one is stopping here. This one here will be the single, so this is double here. So for this, it will be 9/4, then the depth is 1.5. Oh, 0.9, I was supposed to type 0.94. 0.94, sorry, depth 1.5. Then I'll double click. So this is basically how to achieve that, and you can take out your time to do for all of this. Okay, so if you check from the left hand side of my screen, you can see the excavation here, which is this is 271.2 cubic meters. That is where we are going to be excavating. Okay, and then for this is going to be 65.6 cubic meters, and then this one is 9.4 cubic meters. So this is basically how to come about your excavation, and then you can simply go to your report to view this better. So the next thing I will show you here is for our wall, our blocks in a superstructure. So I'll go to the architectural drawing. As you can see, you can import, if you have the complete design, you have the architecture, the mechanical, electrical service drawing, and then the structural drawing. Very important. So I'll go to my architectural working drawing. So you can see this is it here. So to take off for your block, all you need to do is to come under your superstructure. You see block, work, and wall finishes. So if I click on this now, I can just go around that part. So let's wait for it to load. A menu is going to pop up for us to fill in. Alright, here I will specify the height of the wall. So let's see, from the architectural drawing, the height is 3 meters. So if it is 3 meters high, that can be seen from the cross section of the architectural drawing. So the width of the wall is 230, for example, and then I will click on OK. So I will trace around it. Now you can see I selected that of your external wall. Sometimes there are cases where you have different thickness of wall for your external wall and your internal wall, so they may be different. There are cases where people use 230 for external wall and 150 for the internal blocks. So in that case, you can take off for the external blocks separately and take off for the internal blocks separately. However, the procedure is the same, so you can just go ahead to take off. Sorry, just want to trace it properly. So I can just double click here to stop. Now you can see I have 62.9 square meter. Okay, so but if you look at this drawing very well, you will realize that what you have here is actually the same as what you have here. It's the same as what you have here, so they are literally the same, aside from the first one here, which you have a staircase. But from here now up to the last room is actually the same. So all I need to do is I can take off for 1 and multiply by the number of rooms. Okay, but as you can see, what I have here, the external block work, all you need to do is to understand the concept behind the whole thing. Okay, now for this external block, you can see it's 69.9. Now if I want to know the number of blocks that will be here, all I simply need to do, I can come to, let me use this my marker pen. Let me sketch something. So let me just give you a sketch. So if the block work is if the block is 230 by 450, okay, so what that means is that you are having a 0.23 multiplied by 450, 0.45. So this is the value we get, and then what we have here is 62.9. so if I have 62.9 and I divide it by 0.1035, so it's going to tell me the number of blocks that is going to take for this. Now I can decide to add probably 10 for wastage. Okay, so if I add 607 plus 10, so I'll be having 617 number of blocks. You can see it's way more easier to do your takeoff using the Planswift. It's actually a very good package. Okay, and then let's say we want to do a site clearance. For you to do a site clearance, you can see what you have here. If I click on it and I will click here, now you can see the name, site clearance. All I need to do is to click on OK. Now it will allow me to trace this irrespective of how the shape of this could be. I can easily trace this. And then I will just double click to end this. So this is basically the area for our site clearance is 1020 square meters. Okay, so where we'll be clearing for this construction is 1020. square meters. So this is basically how to do your takeoff. I have shown you how to come about your site clearance, how to come about your block work at your superstructure, how to come about your excavation in this particular episode. Okay, so I would like to see you in the next episode. Stay blessed.